Left to my own devices, I like driving about in search of a good lunch. I just think I can spot a wholesome restaurant at about 400 yards. Korčula is a very fertile island, and these are the vines that make the grapes for the famous Grk, the local white wine. It's spelt G-R-K. It's fabulous, but it's as rare as hen's teeth. I stopped at a little restaurant in the village of Pupnat, where Biljana and her mum cook local seasonal dishes. It's the middle of May, and the dish of the day here is baby goat stew with fresh peas. Whether you can find this in the height of the tourist season, I've no idea. But it's baby goat, over-fried onions and garlic and pancetta, and that's made locally in the village. Now, also from the village, white wine. Next, salt. Homer, the ancient Greek philosopher, not the one from The Simpsons, called it a divine substance. Pepper and cloves, a hint of the east there. And now Biljana's special tomato sauce. She makes this by reducing the fresh tomatoes with wine and olive oil very slowly, and makes huge batches of it while the tomatoes are plentiful and cheap. Now paprika for a little background heat. And last but one, parsley. Now, it's nearly done, except for the peas. I like the fact that these weren't your normal frozen ones. They had more of a pulse-like flavour.
I think it's her mum. She knows best. She's really keeping an eye on Biljana, making sure that she's doing it exactly in the family way. Is she? She is. Seal of approval. Very good.
I'm glad you like it.
Well, I tell you why I like it, because it tastes of where it comes from. We don't get enough goat meat back in the UK, but it is lovely. It's so different to lamb. It's sort of, and because it's young goat, it's very tender. What I also like about it, I sound like I'm a sort of one of those food, you know, in competitions. What I also like about it is the fact that the goat's got texture. It's not cooked till it's all mushy, and I love the peas in here because they're not like little frozen peas. They've got substance. They're a bit floury.
Floury, yeah.
And the paprika. Do you cook with a lot of paprika?
When cooking stews.
It's a very lovely stew, I must say.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad.
Marco Polo allegedly was born here in Korčula. I'm not sure the Venetians would agree with that. But what is certainly true is he was captured in a naval battle just off Korčula, the water out there between the Venetians and the Genoese. And he was imprisoned by the Genoese, and during that time, and this is very serendipitous, I think, he dictated the travels of Marco Polo to his cellmate. And I'm fairly certain without that time in prison, he wouldn't have bothered to dictate anything. He'd be too busy doing deals. As it is, the book was electrifying to Europe because people just didn't know about the Orient. But the bit that appeals to me, allegedly, yes, allegedly, he brought pasta back to Europe. And I keep thinking, where would the Italians have got their spaghetti from otherwise?
Having a famous celebrity linked to a town means a great source of wealth for the community. Well, ask the people of Stratford-upon-Avon. So, Marco Polo, intrepid explorer and merchant, great sea captain, and a bringer of riches from the east, came from Korčula and not Venice. Well, I put the question with a smidgen of disbelief to a local, Tony Lositza.
Do you believe that Marco Polo was born here?
I do.
Good.
Definitely. But it's not proven. That's one thing. So if I would say that I don't believe, then they would actually probably burn me on a stake here in the middle of the square.
Fair enough. I can understand that. But he had business
There is
interests.
no evidence where he was born. That's actually the problem between Venice and us concerning Marco Polo. This is house of Marco Polo. So that's where he was standing and watching far down south, like, okay, where are my ships coming in? But basically, this house is built about 200 years after Marco Polo was born.
Well, you know, there's a lot of conjecture about Marco Polo. This may have been his house, it probably wasn't, everything about him. But how important was he to the Western world, I suppose?
To Western world, I think he was the most important because he opened the gates to the Orient, actually, for everyone. And he was definitely from Korčula.
I believe it. So nice here, though, I must say.
It is lovely.